Hey frog fans, today we diving into one of the cutest. He just went to the bathroom on me for real. That's why I have on gloves, guys. We'll look at this quirky amphibian in 5 categories. So basically we'll be rating the Pikachu Pac-Man Frog in 5 categories to let you guys know if the Pac-Man Frog is the right animal for you. This frog isn't just named after the Pac-Man and Pikachu for fun. Its bright yellow color and red cheeks make it look like a Pokemon that came to life in reality. Its chubby face gives it this cartoony look. So let's talk about Pikachu Pac-Man Frog's behavior. So Pac-Man frogs are ambush predators. They sit for hours and then strike like lightning. They don't hop around a lot. They're more like frog-shaped traps. They're not very super interactive, but they're amazing to just watch. Let's talk about diet. They're voracious eaters, and they pretty much eat anything smaller than themselves. Not even necessarily smaller, they may try to eat something bigger. Whatever they feel like they can eat. They should not be housed together because, for one, they're carnivorous, and then for two, they are cannibalistic. They will eat each other. So always house these little guys alone. Safety and handling. Handling, not recommended. Their skin is sensitive and can absorb oils, soaps, and perfume. All of these things that I've listed contain chemicals to which they can absorb, and they ultimately kill them. That's why if you do need to handle them, like I am for this video, you should wear gloves, particularly gloves that have no substance or powder on them. This prevents stress and potential harm from the substances and oils we carry on our body. Now let's talk about diet a little bit more. So as I mentioned, these guys will eat anything smaller than them, or they feel like it can fit in their mouth. Insects, crickets, and roaches are their staple in terms of their diet. Once they're large enough, they'll also eat pinky mice, which are baby rats and baby mice. Just be careful, when these guys get big enough, they can land a devastating blow. Maybe not take your finger, but definitely break your skin and cause you to bleed. They do have teeth. So in terms of care and habitat, they need a 10 to 20 gallon tank, and I would say a 20 gallon for an adult. A baby like this, a 10 gallon. A hiding space, a substrate that can hold high humidity and that's typically warmed. I wouldn't do a heat pad or I wouldn't do a heat light because too much heat would be more damaging than a lack of heat. But then you want to make sure he's also warm enough that he would be ambitious to eat, because they're not going to eat if it's not warm enough. But these guys eat crickets, roaches, and superworms, and anything, like I said, like any type of bug or protein that they feel like is small enough to fit in their mouth. But just make sure their habitat, and I'll show you guys the habitat that I keep Pikachu here in, which is coconut wood husk, and it has high humidity. I spray it down with water every day. You don't want it soaking wet, and you don't want it completely dry. It has to be in the middle. So high humidity is going to be required to keep these guys. But overall, does the Pac-Man Frog make a good pet? It's going to determine what you consider a good pet, because some people want to be able to handle their pets often, consistently, with or without gloves, typically without gloves. So in terms of handling, it's not going to be a good pet for people who want to handle their animals. In terms of diet, the Pac-Man Frog, as we talked about, will eat a lot of different things, fairly cheap to purchase and to feed. So these guys eat crickets, and you can go get a dozen of crickets for $1 at your local pet store. So they're not going to be an animal you can handle that often. They're not aggressive. They don't like to move around too much. They're ambush predators. So I would say a category of 1 through 5. A Pikachu Pac-Man Frog would make a 2, because while these guys live a long time, they can outlive the average dog 10 to 15 years if kept in good conditions, a clean environment. They just don't make a good pet to handle. Maybe to sit and watch from time to time and to watch it grow, to watch it eat occasionally, if you want a pet like that, but something interactive, this overall wouldn't make a good pet. It's safe, you know. Of course, for children, all animals should be supervised with children, and children should be supervised with animals. But this is going to be a pretty safe animal, so that you shouldn't really be handling a lot because they don't really like to be handled. So overall, we're going to give the Pikachu Pac-Man Frog a 5. We're going to give it a 2 because while it's not an aggressive animal, while it can eat a variety of different items, while it is a fairly simple animal that only needs humidity and to be pretty warm, keep it in a warm room. I thermoregulate this whole room so I don't have to have any lighting or any heating pads. Not for this animal, of course. So I keep it about 80 degrees in this room, so it does just well for Pikachu. But while still a pretty good pet, not something I would recommend for somebody who wants something they can interact with. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and leave a comment. And make sure if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. A little bit more for the road.